everybody. Please turn your cell phones off, and I've been asked to remind you that to please fill out the survey at the end of this panel. The name of the panel is Lessons Learned in the Classroom. So good afternoon. My name is Andrea Chambers. I'm the director of the Center for Publishing at New York University, and welcome to our panel, Lessons Learned in the Classroom, What Publishing Students Teach Their Professors. Now, last year at BEA, we actually had a number of students here on our panel, and they were talking about, among other things, about sort of what they teach their professors. So today, in effect, is really kind of the flip side of the conversation. We hope that you in the audience will find some valuable takeaway today about how to really engage and involve young people working in your own organization. So to put this in context for you, and you can understand a little bit about the information you're receiving here today, our publishing professors, and we're going to introduce them in a minute, are all leading publishing professionals. They're editors-in-chief, they're publishers, they are marketing directors, sales directors, digital directors, and so forth, obviously with a great deal of industry experience. And our students, too, have and I'm smiling at some of them in the audience here, students, too, have a great deal of publishing experience. In the Master of Science in Publishing, Digital and Print Media program, they come into the program with some publishing experience, usually jobs or internships. Our job is to get them working in the industry or interning very soon after they come into the program, and many are working in their first or second semester in the program. And then through their coursework, they certainly increase their industry knowledge. They take courses in content development and editing, marketing, sales, digital, finance, and some very specific courses in ebook production, ebook business models, web analytics, self-publishing, content marketing, social media marketing. We even have niche publishing courses in subjects like romance, the graphic novel, sci-fi, mystery, and horror, and so forth. So my point is that our students have knowledge. They have experience. They have digital savvy, and they have opinions. And you're going to kind of hear more about that. Yes, you're nodding. Hear more about that today. So for any of you who want more information about our programs, we do have, particularly our Master of Science in Publishing. We have brochures here on the stage or at our booth. Catch me afterwards. Also, I thought some of you might like to know about a new program we're launching in 2015. This is an online executive education program in digital books. We're starting off with 3 specific tracks or courses in discoverability, in transformative business models, and of course in social media marketing. And again, if you want more information about that, just catch me afterwards. We have flyers here on the stage. So now we're going to get started. I'm going to ask our panelists to introduce themselves. I'd like each of you to say your name, your company, what you do there, and then tell us one new or surprising thing you have learned in the classroom. And I'm going to start with Justin.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Justin Chanda. I'm the publisher of 4 imprints at Simon & Schuster, 3 of them children, 1 of them adult sci-fi. That's Books for Young Readers, Athenaeum Books, and Margaret K. McElderry Books. I publish about 250 books a year, everything from the youngest picture book all the way up to the edgiest teen novel. What else am I supposed to say? Oh, one of the surprising thing that I've learned in the classroom. I think it is constantly surprising to me in an era of everything you read in the media about publishing is that, oh my God, the sky is falling. I think the most surprising thing year after year in my class is just how remarkably passionate, excited and enthusiastic about this particular industry, this generation and generations as it goes, how excited they really are. And it gives me, I'm not a very hopeful guy always, and it gives me genuine hope. So that's why I keep doing it.
Huh. Brenda.
Hello, and you're just introducing me as my boss walked in, so no pressure here. I'm Brenda Copeland. I'm an executive editor at St. Martin's. I publish voice-driven fiction and narrative nonfiction. Some of the titles I've come out with recently that have been wonderfully successful have been The Good House by Anne Leary, Matthew Dick's Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend, and I'm thrilled actually to be publishing in just a couple of weeks New York Times bestselling author Patty Henry. Her new novel, The Stories We Tell, is coming out shortly. So in terms of that sort of very quick, what did I learn? We talk a lot about discoverability and social media and how everything's are changing in SEO, but the thing that I continually learn from my students is still the best way to find out about a book is word of mouth. Anything that they've read and they've loved, 9 times out of 10, I ask them, how did you find out about this book? Somebody told me. And that's very reassuring, I think, too.
Matt.
I'm Matthew Baldacci. I run marketing at Scholastic Trade Group as of a month ago. For 16 years, I was at St. Martin's Press, and I've worked at Dorling Kindersley and Simon & Schuster Children's Books and Simon & Schuster Adult prior to that. That was good, right? I always want to do I always want to do the Animal House. I state your name. Somebody out there. I think what always surprises me in the classroom, and I've been teaching since 2008?
2008, yes.
2008, we checked that. Since that time, Justin mentioned passion, and it's definitely there, but the students are so well read. The depth of their reading has blown me away every year, and in every class I teach. And beyond that, their ability to take their own experience outside of the classroom, outside of the publishing industry, outside of books, and turn that into practical marketing ideas that can be applied to the things that we have to do to sell our books has always surprised me deeply. I'll stop there because we're going to talk more about that.
Sure.
But basically that passion and that ability to translate experience into practical ideas.
Great. Susan.
I'm Susan Weinberg. I'm at the Perseus Books Group. I'm the group publisher for Basic Books, Nation Books, and Public Affairs. We do pretty much, it's a nonfiction list. If you go to our booth at 1406, you can get your picture taken with a stormtrooper, which is promoting Basics book coming out in the fall, how Star Wars conquered the universe. And we have 2 great authors at a signing tomorrow for Public Affairs. We have Kwasi Kwarteng. He's got a book coming up called War and Gold, and he's a member of Parliament usually, but he is coming here in his capacity as an author of history, and he's a fantastic guy. And we've got David Sachs who just wrote The Tastemakers, Why We're Crazy for Cupcakes but Fed Up with Fondue. And so we do the things you expect us, and then some of the things you don't. And I would think the most unexpected and interesting thing that I've learned from the students is that they're very interested in exploring niches as well as sort of the obvious and big ideas and mass market ideas. I teach the capstone thesis class, which is one of the final classes they take before graduation, where they put everything else they've learned to use, and they have to come up with a business plan for a new publishing business. And I've been very impressed at how willing they are to go in what may at first sometimes look like a specialized direction or a new direction, but really go into untried markets and really look closely at opportunities that have truly been overlooked.
I like fondue, by the way. Just following up on that, Susan, where do you think this risk-taking comes from in this generation that might not always exist in the industry as a whole? We tend to be pretty baby steps sometimes.
Yeah, that's interesting. You call it risk-taking. I don't think they would call it risk-taking. In fact, if anything, I sometimes find I'm like, go bigger, go bolder. I think, though, they realize that new business models are a way of life and that this rate of change is here to stay. So I think they understand that even, I think, during the time that they've been students, things have changed in the industry and that they have to be ready for that and open to that.
Yeah, it's not like risk-taking for them. It's like, let me have my head. Let me go do what I want to do. And it's very interesting.
Yeah. Good, okay. And actually, Justin, you said something I thought was interesting just about the positivism of this generation, that they're always looking at the glass being half full. So how do we act upon that? How do we take that back into the marketplace as well?
Well, I think it actually correlates to everything we've been saying here, which is that I think the way you activate it, and I've noticed this in class, is you ask them, and ask their opinion and get their take and get their think tank ability going.